the race channel what each runner has assigned the
Oh
other.
wow, yeah. That's actually a first time here. So both racers assign to each other the same column, and that's column 1. So they both will have to do that. Plus, of course, choosing their own additional row column or diagonal. But that's actually a first time for this tournament, I think, that both runners choose the same thing. See the arrows overlaying there a little bit. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen this. And Traviktox saying ice clip GG.
Yeah.
We'll see how many tries it takes the runners to nail their ice clip.
Let's have a look at the other goals. We have Brinstar Map Station, which isn't really bad. 7+ energy tanks and 70+ missiles is just a bunch of collection, but not necessarily bad, because you can get a lot of missiles and energy tanks in one area, pretty much.
Yeah, and over the course of a run, I mean, the 70+ missiles is more than you'll probably normally collect. But realistically, you're going to gather a combination of energy tanks and missiles. I overvalued that space in early dab races I was doing.
Absolutely. The 25 Brinstar power bombs are okay to collect. What sticks out a little bit more is all 3 Brinstar energy recharge stations. Just because that requires having speed booster on one visit to Brinstar. So the runners will have to visit Brinstar at least twice. One of those visits after already visiting Norfair, so that's definitely heavy backtracking in there forced.
So, looking at forcing column 1, what do you think you do? What would you be inclined to pair with column 1?
Currently, row 2 is kind of sticking out to me. You already have the 4+ E-tanks, you already have Spring Ball. Meridia Map Station is really quick to get, and since you already need to get speed, Norfair Reserve Tank is also really quick, so that kind of jumps out to me there. Any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm looking at, in row 1, column 2, you're going to have to get Ice Beam, you're going to have to get 4+ E-tanks. 35+ supers isn't too bad because you're already going to Meridia. X-ray is a little bit inconvenient, but if you can deboost for it, and finishing in Spring Ball is not so bad. I'm almost leaning column 2, even though there's no overlap.
That's also a really good call. I guess we're gonna see. I'm not sure if either of the runners is confident with the deboost over to X-ray, but even if you're not, you can still have a comparably easy time with enough E-tanks, high jump boots, and speed. That's definitely doable. Seeing both runners do not opt for using the newest Moonfall tech. Well, it's not that new anymore. I keep saying that, but I think it's been several months by now.
Yeah, I guess it was almost a year ago, wasn't it? March 17 or April 17 that we found Moonfall?
Oh yeah, it's almost a year already. Gotta make some kind of celebration Moonfall event, I guess.
We need to make it a moon pie for its birthday.
I feel like row 5, which came up in chat, is not bad, but the 35+ power bombs add a lot of branchingness to the routing they already have to do. That's pretty much the only thing that's like really bad about row 5.
Yeah, it's kind of nice that they're already going to visit one of the Brinstar missile recharges, so that helps with that. Oh, yeah, both the runners have in fact skipped Spazer.
If they want it or not. Mostly curious to see if there's going to be this mini sidetrack at the start with one of the runners collecting the criteria map station. I often see runners do that, getting that out of the way since it's such a little sidetrack, even if they don't end up getting a row. And that's related to that, just in case they re-decide or overthink what they originally wanted to do.
Yeah, so the The criteria map station happens to be in a pretty bad row and column, though, so I would expect both runners to skip it if they've, had the time during their cutscene to really think about it. But we'll see if either chooses to go for it, just in case they're deciding. But I see in the chat, Slim the Bard asks, missing the explanation for the double anti-bingo. Someone explain the anti part? So in a normal bingo, you would choose what you are going to do. Here, each of the runners has chosen an anti-bingo to assign their opponent, and the double part is that they have to then choose something that complements that in their mind. So they'll complete 2 total bingos.
All right, both done with Bomb Terizo, still really close to each other. Becky, unfortunately, jumping into the door there, and now literally in sync.
Yeah, both these runners are pretty close through the early game, which I think is a good sign. I mean, they both are very good players, but just not seeing any sort of movement gap. This should come down to a real, routing difference and routing efficiency and solving the puzzle. Since both runners have given one another the same puzzle to solve, it'll be cool to watch how they each choose to go about it once they diverge.
Interesting little divergence here. We have Traviktox choosing to missile these pirates, whereas Becky damage boosts through, making Traviktox have a little bit more energy available for these later parts on the cost of a few seconds. So I expect both runners to pick up all the missiles that they can find in this early super area. They are really stacked here. There are 3 missile packs that are just right next to each other. So that's usually a good source for a first few packs.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're going to see both runners fully clear this out. And is Brinstar Reserve anywhere on the board? I don't think it is.
I don't think there are any reserve tank related goals, no, which is actually pretty interesting because that's usually the case with a bingo card, that there is at least one kind of reserve goal.
There's row 2, column 3, the Norfair or Wreck ship, right, but nothing for the Brinstar. Yeah. But oh, this sync.
So good. Oh yeah, that's really good sync there. Alright, so Becky going for that reserve tank. Probably just for comfort, but we're gonna see. Oh, Becky getting the reverse block ball, very nice.
Yeah, again, the runner's pretty synced, even though Becky picked up that extra fanfare by virtue of saving the time from that reverse mock ball. If anyone ever wondered how much time that saved, there's your answer.
And Becky going for... I'm pretty sure that's the map station.
Yeah, this is the Brinstar map station right here. Yeah. This is the rando soft lock room if you enter here without bombs.
Right.
It is also Brinstar map station.
Traviktox deciding to not do that yet. We'll have to return here at some point for visiting the Dakora. Well, yeah.
Why would he need to visit the Dakora?
Because he needs all 3 Brinstar energy recharge stations, and one is down at the Dakora.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, that is the row 1, column 1 goal. Oh man, this column is a fun one.
Yeah, definitely. So now the interesting... Well, I really heavily assume that Traviktox is going to go Opera Tower now. He's a very talented new route runner. And he needs gravity anyway, so I don't see a reason he wouldn't go Opera Tower to the wreck ship now. But it looks like I'm wrong. Alright.
He might be unskipping Spazer here very soon, but I doubt that. I guess he also does need to go and fight Kraid at some point, so...
Yeah.
It depends what he's going to pair with his column, as far as what he might also choose to do in the wrecked ship that, items he'll get down here might be useful for. And looks like Becky also going down Red Tower.
Yeah. Traviktox with the actual spacer skip, keeping up open that row 1 or column 5, and making his way to Kraid.
Becky also skipping Spazer, actually, now.
I'm glad we pre-marked that, knowing that it would happen.
Traviktox setting up for a Kraid quick kill.
Oh, yeah, very nice. With that 4 super quick kill. Really clutch on that last one, but got it no problem. And getting Varus with you.
Yeah, thankfully one space that's missing on this board is the collect one of Varia or Gravity, or collect only one of Varia or Gravity. So the runners will have option to get both suits if they wish, and I expect that's what we're going to see.
What is Traviktox thinking about? It's interesting he didn't visit the energy recharge station over Kraid. I would, if I had to bet, I'd say he forgot that, because unless he wants to finish in Kraid's room, which is a tile here, there's no point backtracking here.
And I guess he's already visiting the one of the critters, and the Edecuns aren't too far away. He might be thinking about column 5.
Yeah, right. Becky is going to that recharge station.
Yep, so that's 1 down for Becky.
Oh, and Traviktox now going back for it, apparently.
I guess he just forgotten that it was there. Very easy to do because you so seldom go up this way.
Yeah. Both of them getting the Kraid E-Tank, as it's probably one of the fastest ones you can get at all.
Yeah, I mean, both runners need to pick up a total of 7 E-Tanks, so that's definitely one that's going to be on the list. They are able to skip 7 of them, but this one's so fast, it costs about 15 seconds, so it's not too bad.
And probably my favorite thing about this entire card is that there is no enforced high jump boot skip, as in so many bingo cards. So both of them are going to be able to pick up this excellent movement item.
Yeah, a lot of the skip X, Y, or Z type spaces aren't that bad, but then there's the high jump boots one, which is just grandly inconvenient. Becky getting her high jump boots, and Traviktox headed over to Ice Beam.
Might be going for that column 2, as you said. Or it's just gonna... Well, no, never mind. He needs to get it anyways. It's just... that ice clip is just mandatory.
We're going to see both runners have to do this. Or not have to.
Well, yeah.
Becky could meme it up and opt for the Crystal Flash clip.
And they could also explore the boundaries of rules in this tournament and go for an X-ray climb.
Oh yeah, because you can do that inbounds.
Yeah. But it's very slow, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. Unless you're very, very bad at Crystal Flash or Ice Clip, which I don't think these runners are.
No, I don't think either runner will have too much trouble getting up to Shock Tool, but we'll find out. Honestly, if you commit to the skip Ice and just do column 1 with row 5 with a Crystal Flash clip, that could be a reasonable route to finishing this card.
Right, since you need 15 power bombs anyways, it wouldn't be too bad. Becky making an excellent job collecting a lot of missile packs on the way. And so does Traviktox.
Yeah, they each need to get to 70, so there's going to be a decent amount of fanfare associated with that, but thankfully both runners will need to take that time.
A really big advantage I feel that Becky has right now from collecting ice late is that she can just farm these enemies here with one shot at the farming spot.
Yeah, it's a small thing, but those small things can add up. Becky does have a lot of dab experience, and so I think I'm very interested to see how she handles this. And so with Becky getting Norfair Reserve, that points to maybe that row 2 play.
Yeah, I really like that row 2. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think that it overall requires less going out of the way, this room being easier to do than X-Ray. Upon further consideration, I think I would be pairing column 1 and row 2. It's interesting which missile packs Becky is choosing to skip right out of the gate, like the one there in Bubble Mountain. That doesn't seem like it's terribly out of the way, but I think that she just has faster ones in mind that she knows are going to be along her route.
Yeah, the only ones she picked up so far were really ones that were like directly in the way. Even going out of the way for those like 5 seconds really seems too much. Like the speed booster missiles or the ones that the reserve tank really just directly on the way. She really seems to have in mind which of the ones she's going to collect.
Yeah, I noticed on her way down to charge, she even skipped the charge missiles. So just little things where you might be tempted to just grab those things right away. She seems to have this well in hand, getting Ice Beam there.
Yeah. She can do a very nice Brinstar cleanup now, getting all her power bombs, getting a lot of energy tanks for the 7+ energy tank objective, and then also visiting the remaining energy recharge stations. It's going to be one nice cleanup. We'll never have to return there.
Yeah, I think the route to finishing this up looks like go do the Brinstar cleanup, get over to Wrecked Ship, get Gravity, and then head down and do what you need to in Meridian. That's pretty much going to be it.
It would be really curious if they actually ended up with not only the same forced row, but also with the same freely chosen row.
And Becky taking the Sloter's refill there, visiting her second of the Brinstar energy recharge stations.
And again, the only one remaining. She couldn't visit before because it's locked down at the Dakora behind a few speed booster blocks.
Wow, very interesting red tower there, freezing the Ripper and then wall jumping off of the Ripper. And choosing to go up this way first.
Yeah, it feels like these power bombs. Like she will need the power bombs anyway to clear out Brinstar, so might get that out of the way right now.
Oh yeah, this actually is a much better route than I was thinking of. I'd forgotten that they wouldn't have access to the power bombs because of not going down to Croc at all, and therefore need to get power bombs before they can get down to Edikuns to get those power bombs for the Brinstar power bomb goal.
Unless she decides to do an 80-second moon dance and to get down to the Edikun power bombs early, but no one would reasonably do that in such a scenario.
We don't talk about that.
We don't? Okay, I never mentioned it then.
And Becky with her second Brinstar power bomb. We'll see if Traviktox kind of follows the same route, or if he chooses to do things a little differently. I noticed he's picked up a couple different items, getting things like that Bubble Mountain missile pack that I'd mentioned.
I didn't fully keep track of Becky's counts yet, but Traviktox already has a really high max missile count, so I would assume he's a little bit ahead on that on Becky. Might have picked more slower ones than Traviktox did, though, and so she might pick up on that later on. But we'll see. Right now, it's kind of hard to say who's like ultimately ahead, even though it feels like Becky currently is.
Yeah, it's interesting. Becky getting another missile pack here at the moat.
And that really looks like Ocean Fly.
That looks close.
Oh, barely not. I think it was like slightly too early there.
Yeah, here, I mean, Traviktox also choosing to get the missiles behind Alpha power bombs, so a lot of missile collection already out of the way.
And Traviktox and Becky just in general really having a lot of similarities in their routing here. Almost doing exactly the same here, except for Traviktox getting early ice and having to backtrack for that crate recharge, as well as no early Meridia Brinstar map station for him. But besides from that, it's like pretty much all the same.
Yeah, it's been very, very similar, which not unexpected given the same column being assigned for both runners.
I really still have that suspicion that they're actually going to end up with that row 2, both of them.
Yeah, that, especially with the Norfair Reserve out of the way at this point, I think that was kind of the big question. That's the big tell for which row they're choosing for themselves.
Feels like Traviktox forgot there that he has speed booster. Too used to doing new route, I guess.
So from where the runners are right now with 3 E-Tanks into wrecked ship, what E-Tanks do you think we'll see them get? I think we'll see quite a few in the Brinstar cleanup. There's really only 2 there. Do you think we'll see Gauntlet?
I don't think Gauntlet will be necessary. I think they will be good with their E-Tank and Super Collection without it, and just head straight to Brinstar.
Oh yeah, we'll see, because we'll see Edacoons, and we'll probably see Mama Turtle is the other one.
Yeah. Plus the one in Big Pink, the two at Big Pink, the one at Waterway and the one at the Side Hoppers. They have. Oh, actually, never mind.
Oh yeah, they do need to go and get the power bombs there at the Side Hoppers. So the ceiling E-Tank is an option. Yeah, both runners making it cleanly through Fantoon. So probably just going to get their gravity suit here and then pretty much call it a day for the wrecked ship. So Traviktox making his way through Attic here, having so far what looked to be a pretty clean setup for Attic, then just choosing to missile things. I think there was a spark in a bad spot. Becky going through bowling. So I think we're going to see a rush of goal completion here as the runners make their way back over to Brinstar over the next few minutes. See if Becky goes for lake missiles here, and she is.
Also, I'm sorry, I just realized I muted myself and talked for no good reason for like the last minute.
Ah, okay. I was wondering what had taken you away. But sorry if you had some points you were offering up.
Yeah, I was just expanding on what you said. Even though it looks like the runners really didn't do anything in like the last 30 minutes, only 4 or 3 goals finished for them. It's really just a lot of preparation going on right now. They're going to easily double the score they have right now within like the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's kind of a really crazy rush at the end of most of these dab boards where all of a sudden 4 or 5 goals will come together in a matter of a couple minutes. There are usually a couple that are very quick at the beginning, and then it all just falls together at the end when these things are routed well.
And Traviktox already has his 70 plus missiles, so he will only need the remaining E-Tanks.
Whereas Becky, if I haven't miscounted, is at 55. But I could have miscounted. I could have missed one.
There you go. Exactly 70. Oh, and he is actually going for Gauntlet. It's interesting. Doing that little sidetrack there for the E-Tank.
I really like this routing from Becky. I think it's very strong.
Definitely. Oh, barely missed that speed. Oh, going for it again. Nice.
Nice. Becky going back and backing up the swag strats here. Going for a little speed keep on the side hoppers too.
That was really cool. So I feel like the big advantage Becky had here in this routing was that she never needs to that she already has this map station in Brinstar out of the way, making this entrance over Retro Brinstar a little bit more convenient than the entrance or the main entrance, which Traviktox is most likely to take here.
Yeah, like she skipped charge missiles again, just has it in her mind exactly what she's going for.
Yeah, she knows Hunter really well. And what I will guess is that she's just going to collect those when she gets the Waterway E-Tank during the waiting time of the power bomb explosion, with which she's going to open the blocks there. But it's just small optimizations like that saves like maybe a few frames, but are just really, really efficient.
Yeah, at this point, all she needs are Waterway and Wavegate E-Tanks, and that'll get her to her 7. So she'll be on her way to having that objective completed.
Traviktox now with the... Sorry, not the Meridian map station. Where's the Brinstar map station? I think there was one. There it is. Sorry, I just totally forgot where that tile was.
Yeah. Becky still needs to go visit the Decora energy recharge. Get the Mission Impossible power bombs, finish the rest of the item collection, and then just head to Meridia. She might be finishing up. Do you think sub 40 is possible here?
I actually think so. And just as a little teaser, Becky is gonna go for something. I know that. I really know that. Which is really cool. Oh no, she's not even going for it. She promised me She promised me she'd free the Dakar. That's
baited.
Yeah, I guess. Can't do anything about that. I'm sorry. But that only goes to show how much she respects Traviktox as an opponent, not taking her time for these kind of memes.
Yeah, whereas if Becky were playing someone like Antinomy, for instance, we might see a visit up to Spore Spawn.
Right, I would have no doubt about that. Backdoor Spore Spawn would be ignored and just going the front way, as it's supposed to be done.
And Becky setting up with a Morph Ball turnaround here to get the Wavegate E-Tank. And she's a Waterway tank away.
Yeah, it really... That road to column 1 combo really worked out very well for them. Both with extremely similar routing too. And I really hope, as close as it is right now, that it's not going to come down to something arbitrary like Ice Clip.
Oh, it's coming down to Ice Clip, don't you worry.
Oh man. I hope we could avoid that.
with just charge ice, getting the right freeze on the Puyos is not something you will have practiced from 100%, so we'll see how many 13-second attempts it takes our runners to get that.
I feel like I'm missing out. Oh no, wait, never mind. Traviktox didn't get the Retro Star power bombs yet. That's what I'm forgetting.
And I think that must be 70 missiles for Becky at this point. I've got it at 65, but I can't see her skipping charge with 70.
Yeah.
So
just gonna give her the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, the 7 E-tanks are definitely there.
Oh, and Traviktox accidentally leaving the room again. Oh wait, did he get the E-tank? I didn't. Oh well, never mind.
Nice CWJ there by that yapping maw from Becky.
Those are always the best. And Traviktox actually going for that short charge on top there. So yeah, Becky, you're gonna head to the Meridian map station now really quick.
Yep. And then it's gonna be all about Shock Tool.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know where the Meridian map station is, you get by it in any percent new route. There it is. It's right there. In case anyone ever wondered what that pink door leads to.
You also see it in 100%, which Becky is, of course, pretty familiar with. And here's what we've all been waiting for. The lovely frame-perfect ice clip to shock tool that involves freezing the Puyo in just the right position. Actually, there are 2 positions in the jump animation that'll work. So that you can clip through the ceiling abusing sprite height. And it takes about 13 seconds each time you mess it up, so this is the potential time sink from this point on, other than, of course, waiting for Shock Tool, which both runners will have to do.
I'm very surprised Traviktox did not go for the ceiling attack on Ridstar. He's still missing out one. And I don't feel like there's a more convenient one on the way, but I might be missing out on something here. Might be going for Mama Turtle E-Tank. That feels like the only other option here.
Yeah, and Becky has trapped the Puyo that she wants and gotten it one shot away from being frozen. And now it's just a matter of getting that right frozen frame, and she's messed it up. So she's actually got a faster attempt frequency using it this way. But it's still 1 frame in that hopping animation, either on the way up or the way down to get this.
Yeah. It's the...
That's the frame.
Yeah, that's the frame here. Just needs to... There you go. Got it. Very nice. So that ice clip works exactly the same way as the pre-Batoon ice clip. It's just way less convenient. It's both pixel perfect. It's just way less convenient because you cannot just lock the Metroid in the Puyo in place by crouching the same way you can lock it into the Metroid into place. So you actually have to time the shot. But that was really nice. I think that was like 3rd try. So really nicely done here.
Yeah, that was a very good job there by Becky with an inconvenient set of conditions for setting that up.
And it's going to be done here in just a second.
And Shock Tool is dead.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
good job, Becky.
That is
verifying her victory here with the death of Shock Tool. And it's done. GG to Becky, finishing with an official SRL race time of 38 minutes and 57 seconds. That is really fast. It's actually the first non-mini-boss RTA time that's going to make it into the Hall of Fame for fastest completion.
That is an absurd dab time for an ice clip board, like with the 25 Brinstar powerbomb goal.
Absolutely.
Really, really nice job by Becky.
And it's also nice seeing that not only they took the same forced row, but also the same chosen row. I really like when people can agree on stuff like this. It's always nice to see.
Yeah, both runners did an excellent job. Traviktox here as well, choosing a very efficient route, having a couple small hangups, but overall executing very nicely and on his way to finishing up also with not much over 40 minutes of a completion time.
Yeah, that's still a really excellent time. That's very good by both of them.
And so we get to root on Traviktox as he goes for his ice clip now. See how many tries it takes.
Gotta make sure that the Puyo doesn't fall down here. And accidentally kills it.
He murdered the Puyo, unfortunately, so I'll have to reset the room.
Oh,
and the Puyo escaped on the second try.
Yeah.
So that'll be another room reset. Some bonus door transitions.
Always appreciated. I'm almost sad we don't have the thing in vanilla that we had for the rendo, with like all the stats for how much time you spend indoors, how much time you spent correcting door transitions. That was always a pleasure to watch.
Oh yeah, that was a really cool stat line to add to the credits there from the rando developers. Here, since we aren't going to see the credits, it wouldn't do us much good for Dab, but it would be cool for a lot of the other categories. Yeah,
and speaking about, I'm okay. Speaking about developers, I just gonna use this time to give a little shout out to Rumble Mints, one of the players in this tournament, who actually developed a web-based DAB tracker for us. I'm using it right now. Really helping out a lot here, and really shout outs to him for putting that time just for us.
That Puyo was standing on nothing for a moment there, and that's no,
always cool.
This is how this ice clip can go rough.
Yeah.
This is what I was worried about being the decider in this race.
I mean, thankfully it was not, but it's still kind of sad for Traviktox.
Yeah,
after that really excellent run, putting an end to it like this, I want to say.
Yeah, but props to Traviktox for continuing to fight through this. This is...
Yeah.
As much as we talk about it being, a free frame perfect trick, it really it's a tough thing to get used to.
Yeah. And I feel like it's really just free if you have like a setup like for Hundo with Space Jump, where you can scroll the camera, like really manipulate the shot. But if you just have to eyeball it, and even this jump in there isn't like the easiest thing if you don't want the Puyo to escape, it's really everything but free.
This is a nice setup here, not having the camera scrolled. I think he might be going for the deboost type setup.
Yeah.
Or the storing a charge shot, taking damage, and using that to sort of automatically fire the shot. I don't know if you can pull it off without Space Jump, though.
Oh, and he's accidentally pseudo-screwing through the Puyo.
Oh.
And as much as it doesn't look like this is dangerous, just look at Traviktox's health right now. Like, he has 7 E-Tanks and Gravity Suit. And those Puyos do not deal a lot of damage, but having to deal with multiple of them over a longer period of time, you really got to watch your energy, and it's never a nice feeling if you actually get low on energy, having to backtrack out of there just because of that.
I thought for a second we were going to see a left side Puyo clip with that Puyo on that top left ledge. I've never seen anyone do that. I've seen Crystal Flash clip over on that side, but never the Puyo ice clip.
Oh, yeah, that is right. He could go for a Crystal Flash Clip. After all, he has the ammo for it.
Yeah, he has enough to get off, what, 6 attempts at Crystal Flash Clip if he decides he'd prefer that. Oh, and barely not killing that Puyo. Oh, and the Puyo's dead again.
Yeah, it's always risky going for these very tight reef freezes. Not only for this, but also for like stuff like Suitless Murdia. Always a risk of slightly mistiming it and then killing the enemy like that.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally murdered the Puyo when trying to get backup freezes. Or did he keep the other Puyo up here this time? I think the Puyo you normally keep escaped, and he's got like Puyo number 2 here. Which also got murdered.
A lot of Puyo deaths. I can feel his pain there. Definitely understandable why he decides to kill this many of them.
Yeah, I mean, we might see it turn into Puyo farming here very soon.
Right. Oh,
that's it.
Yeah, there we go.
There it is. Get your first tries in chat.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Just persisted and fought through that one.
Yeah. Gonna give him the honor for that. That's the only really nice thing about this ice clip, is that you can really see how the Puyo should look like if it's done right. It's a nice confidence boost. Like, don't have to blindly guess if you're just missing the clip or if it's just actually not the position to do it.
However, the frame following the good one in the animation looks almost identical.
Yeah.
So I've had the problem of getting the late frame multiple times in a row, and that always feels bad.
Traviktox using to spare the robot. We had one check tool death, so that's everything I can expect.
That's a valid run, using the angle shot to open Spring Ball earlier, and there it is. Traviktox has finished with an official SRL time of 47 minutes and 10 seconds. GG Traviktox.
GG to Traviktox indeed. And look at this bingo card. Isn't it beautiful? That's how I want my DAP going, exactly like that.
Oh yeah, this is a perfect looking dab board.
I approve of that. So yeah, that's it for DAP for now. We have one more Super Metroid match coming up later. We have Kip versus Freya Spirit at 8 p.m. on Speed Gaming 2. So don't make sure to not miss out on that. And tomorrow we're starting at 4 p.m. with more Super Metroid. So yeah, a lot of Super Metroid yet to come. But that's it for now.
Yeah, and I'll just say thank you to Ponk for the co-commentary. Give Ponk a follow, absolutely, and also be sure to follow the runners. Thank you to the runners for an awesome race. Congrats to WhiteMageBecky for the win, and Traviktox for a hard-fought, really nice time in Dab. Be sure to give each of the runners a follow, and of course the Speed Gaming channels if you want to see more content like this.
Yeah, and also make sure to drop my good man Maniacal here a follow. Excellent speedrunner. And what should I say? His voice says everything. Just such a cool guy. But yeah, that's gonna be it for us. And
yeah, thank you, chat. And even though it's not on the screen, we'll see you next mission.
All right, see ya.